Welcome back, folks, to Let's Replay Albion. And when last we left off, we've been navigating that room just beyond in the darkness. It shouldn't really be dark in there, as there's tons of moving pillars of flame. Magical flame is my best guess. We'd moved the force field-like panels here. We can't go past the transparent walls there. We moved them enough so that we could activate a switch here that opened up this room that contains a fair amount of loot, including a really good helmet. And the lights have completely gone out. This is a good opportunity to show that the light spell here only gets better the more you cast it. So at first when I used it, it wasn't that good at all, but as you can see, every time I'm using it, it's getting that little bit brighter with each casting, which is a good thing, as eventually I believe the light spell completely surpasses the torches that we're currently using. As you can see there, the light shed is actually very similar to that of a torch. Also, if you're not careful, these flames can get into this room. But for now, we're going to rest because we've lost a little bit of health, and we want to make sure that we don't die horribly here. In fact, we're going to use this amount of light from the light spell at the moment because it's not that bad. Also, using this will activate some more flames for the next few times that we press on it, which is really, really bad. We want to most certainly move away from these flames as we keep moving this panel a little bit further each time. I think now, however, it's not going to make any more flames, which is quite good. 3 is more than enough. There you go, you can keep seeing it move, and I think it is now in the place that we want it to be. Yes, indeed, that it is. Also, as a comparison for the torch, if we use a torch here, it will illuminate a little bit more. Not a lot more, though. And somebody else was curious about the weight of the bucket full of water. 4 kilograms. That is a lot of weight that we're using here. If memory serves, these 2 doors cannot currently be opened, because we don't actually have the key. There are locks, but we can't pick them because, I don't think we're high enough, I don't even think it's the fact that we're not a high enough level. I just think we can't pick those locks. The same for this one, I think. Yep, I think we need a key. And I think the key is found down here, down a pit. We could just drop down this very large hole in the floor, but this is why we have all these coils of rope. Because the rope can be used to, get past falling. Tom uses a rope to lower himself. The others follow him. Now here is a question. What did Tom use to secure that rope? I have no idea, but somehow he managed it anyway. As you can see as well, we can use that pit to get back up if we need to. But I think there is an alternate entrance. Yeah, there's an alternate way, I think, somewhere down here. If we go into this room, I think it opens up an alternate exit. Unfortunately, this room also has 1 exit in it, I think. Oh, no, it doesn't. I think it's the, oh, I think I know this point. There's a switch here, and there are 3, piles of trash. One of those piles of trash, by the way, has absolutely nothing in it. And as a random point, we're using a decorative sword here. It would actually be better if we could get a hold of one of those sun daggers. That's 1. Do we only have 1? I thought we may have had 2. No, we only have 1. That's fine. We'll give this to Malthus, because it's actually not a bad thing to have. As you can see, it does confer a small amount of critical hit skill, which gives Malthus a very small chance of critting any targets that he attacks. Let's go over here, shall we? Alright, in area number 1, there are 1 aches. In area number 2, there are 1 aches. And in area number 3, there are 1 aches. But what about down here? Down here is a completely new foe. That is a fear, and fears are nasty. But for now, we're going to fight threats that we know how to fight, which are these 182s here. They're not at all dangerous, which is a very good thing. And when I say that, of course, we start missing horribly when we're attacking them, so that they then have a chance of inflicting some really nasty status effects. Alright, and that's the end of the 1-aches. Marvellous. We'll just get rid of those there, and we'll have a look at this here. What a surprise! That one has nothing in it, but it does have a switch. Now, what about here? We'll use this one now. And this one, ooh, is a much nastier threat. we're going to have to be very, very careful with this one. Oh dear, you've moved over there, which is really, really bad. The reason why that's bad is because you can currently hit Syrah. And if you inflict some really nasty status effects on Syrah, we're going to have significant problems. Oh, that's not so bad. Hitting Dra is not so terrible. There we go. And now you are frozen. Which pretty much means, yep, you are dead. You are indeed dead. We need to be very careful, though. Very careful indeed. Also, we need to cure that poison. Where is it? There it is. Marvellous. What about in here? There is absolutely nothing in here. So this one was completely pointless. What about this one, though? Let's see what we can find here. Hello, enemies! I have come to face thee! Oh, there are a lot of threats here. There are a lot of threats. Actually, why don't we, I was about to say, why don't we have Syrah and Reyna deal with that one? That seems like a good idea. There we go. I think that was a good idea because, yeah, we actually needed the, splitting of the attacks there to ensure that we managed to defeat that one. There we go. Ah, there's the 183. We need to be very careful of that one. Focus all fire on that one. The main reason being is that we most certainly want that one dead. We most certainly want that one dead. Oh, that's not good. Careful. Fortunately, his ridiculous protection stat has managed to save him. I don't think you need to do anything right now, Reyna. There we go. One dead 183, and that is a relief. It is a relief, but it's also not the best outcome in the sense that I wanted this one dead as well. But then again, no one was attacking this one. There we go. We just move Malthus here, and we could pretty much take care of... Oh, never mind. We can take care of that one anyway. There we go. A little bit more here. And I think this one actually has something in this loot pile. Yes, there is. One decorative sword. Well, I suppose it is better than having nothing, but that does mean that the sword here is kind of worthless. What are the weights like? 2.2 kilograms and... Okay, the sword is actually just worse. We should pass that off to Malthus so he can carry it for now. There we go. Let's look and see what nope, there's nothing else in there. Nothing else in there at all. Now, what we want to do is we want to be a little bit wary here, because that fear is a very nasty threat. In fact, I'd almost be inclined to rest here, so that we have our full capacity of magic, which of course means we need to use more light spells. Why not? It'll make it that much better. Nearly. One more. There we go, and now we will rest. Ooh, nobody in the party is tired. That is not a good thing to hear. But there is something we can do. We do have some potions that will restore some mana. Where are those potions? Someone's carrying them. I think it might be Dra. There we go. If we have Syrah drink this red potion, her head clears and a little mental energy returns. That's about as much as we used getting the light spells cast. We can now go into here and fight this singular Fear 1. Fears are quite nasty, as I said, because they can cast spells. However, we're quite high level, so hopefully this Fear 1 is not going to be that dangerous. You'll notice that this encounter is a solitary Fear 1, only one. As you can see there is a spell being cast, and Reyna is panicking, which is not good whatsoever. Fortunately, it's now dead, and everyone got a small amount of experience. The spellcasting is nasty. The fears do have a melee attack if memory serves, and we're going to be seeing a lot more of them as time goes on. Here is a door key. This is actually such an essential item that the game will not let you drop it. And so we're going to hold on to that. There are two ways that we can head up. We can either head up this way, or we can use a rope, and I personally think that we're just going to use the stairs. The stairs seem like a better idea, and it will save us a coil of rope. Where do the stairs lead us, though? Ah, they lead us here. This area that we can't open unless we have the key that we would have got by getting access to this area. That is clever. And here we have another door that will open to this key. Also, I have no idea why I'm still holding on to this cursed crystal dagger. I'm absolutely no idea. This is just going to get dropped. Goodbye, cursed crystal blade. We will never see you again. Also, we don't have any more training points for Drer right now. We're gonna get more later. Ooh, there are fireballs here. I do not like that. We're just going to avoid those because I do not desire for my party to become toasted by flames. Alright, what do we have here? Looks like the torch has just gone out, which is not good. We'll just use another one of those. There we go. The amount of light we're actually getting in comparison is very little. There is some sort of, there's a chest there that we can't get access to. And there's probably more than just that somewhere around here. I imagine somewhere around here. Is there anything in there? No, there isn't. There's probably some kind of trap or some such. Let's go over here and have a look. There's nothing here. There are a bunch of switches though, or rather there's one switch. I'm not so sure I want to push that switch. That switch seems like a massive, massive trap. There is a small mechanical button on the wall. There is. Something seems to have happened to the southeast. Anything of particular interest? Ooh, actually, no trap at all. It's just given us access to this treasure chest. Marvelous. And it is locked. Now, some of these are booby-trapped with traps, and I don't remember if this is one of them. Let's see if that's the case. No, it seems like not yet. If we try again, like this, maybe we'll have a better chance. We cannot pick the lock, but we will eventually be able to. We just need to keep trying. Aha! Another sun dagger. Now that is an item worth getting. Excellent. Let's move on, shall we? I don't think there's anything else in this area that we need to pay attention to. There's a lot of flames somewhere that I don't like the sound of. But carefully and cautiously we will advance. Very carefully and cautiously we will advance. Oh, that is a lot of flames. That's a lot of flames. But fortunately there appear to be some areas where there aren't flames, which we're going to have to take advantage of, like these small alcoves here. Ooh, this is a trap I do not want to get caught in. This is a trap I do not want to get caught in at all. We're going to take this very slowly, very cautiously. How much more is there for us to do? There's actually not that much, but there is some stuff in this next one that we're going to have a look at. Anything in here? Of course there is. It's not that significant, mind you. It's just a few bits of gold and some shields that we're not even going to think about picking up, but we'll take the gold. Not that much more to go, though. Who keeps activating all of these things, though? That is a good question. Like, why is this active? And what is in here? That is a good question as well. Anything? Well, there's nothing down here except a door. What about the other side? Now, there's a good question. Do I want... Oh. Ah. I remember this foe. This foe is a nasty, nasty foe. That there is an animal. And not just in the literal sense. That is the creature's name. The animal. The animal, I think, is classed as a demon. And that's why we want Melthus to learn spells like Banish Demon. Unfortunately, he's not a high enough level to do so yet. Because Banish Demon has a chance to just obliterate the foe and prevent any kind of encounter whatsoever. Banish Demons is the plural of this, in the sense that it will get rid of multiple demons. We are going to find a lot of these. And I'm not going to like the fact that there are any of these around here. That is not a good thing to see. And there's probably more bad things around. Yeah, it is made of a very, very solid material. Not a very solid material, rather. But we don't want to get on the wrong side of any of these encounters. somewhere around here there's going to be some particularly bad things indeed. Right, moving on. Very carefully. Using this does two things. It opens, I believe, that way. Oh, it doesn't open this way. That is really fortunate, because I do not want to fight that. I wonder if there's a switch to open that way, or if that's just sort of teasing an enemy that we will eventually fight. There's no switches or anything, is there? No, there isn't. I don't see any anyway. So we will be back for you. We will unfortunately be back for you. I'm pretty sure we have to go that way. Or maybe we don't. Maybe the game is just sort of teasing an enemy that is to come. But for now, we're going to head this way. Oh yeah, it goes round, doesn't it? Oh, that's really not a good thing to see. Well... Oh. I don't like the fact that there are brass discs here on the floor. That is... Oh! The fireballs have been kindled. We are trapped. We are indeed trapped. And that is really not good, because, in here is that beast. In here is the Animal 1. I think it is only an Animal 1. There are Animal 3s. I don't remember if there ever is an Animal 2. But can we rest now? We can rest, and you know what? That is a really, really good idea. It's a really good idea because that is a really tricky encounter. In fact, it is so tricky that I'm going to save here. I'm going to save because this could be a nasty fight, and I'm not sure I'm ready for it. Alright. Hello, Animal 1! Let's hope it's just one of you. It is just one of you, and you're right next to us, which is terrible. I could use things like, say, View of Life to see what the enemy is, but we're not even going to try that. We're going to try the Frost Splinter here and desperately try to keep this opponent from moving, because the more we can do that, the more likely we are not to die horribly. This is going to be a very tricky fight. Alternatively, we could critical, deal 67 points of damage, and just obliterate the animal. Well, and now Dre has 3 attacks around, at level 15. Wow. Malthus is now level 10. Can you learn any spells now that you're level 10? That would be really nice. You can't learn that one. Can you learn this one? No. And also... Ooh, yes! You learned Banish Demon, which is really, really useful. Ironically, it would have been really useful when fighting that opponent there, but I'm not going to complain. That seems like a fantastic outcome. How much critical do you have? You have 2 out of 5 criticals, so yeah, I'm very glad. So they have about 60 health, which isn't that much considering how much damage we can do, and the fact that Dre can now do 3 attacks around is just extraordinary. Shall we move on? Let's move on, shall we? Further down into the depths. There is a green and a red switch here. I don't know if I want to push the red switch. The red switch seems like a really bad idea. You see, that way unfortunately leads to more Animal 1s. This way leads to what looks like, let's see what's in here. Some Warnakes. You know what? That's not going to be that bad to fight. Hello, how are you? There's a fair few of you, but that's okay, there's only one really dangerous foe there. There we go. We'll deal with a very dangerous foe first. I'm quite confident that we can obliterate this Warnake 3 with no real issues. And we'll just have Raynor attack this one here with a bow. There we go! Okay, 3 attacks around for Dre is just ridiculous. I don't remember at what point in the original Let's Play I got to that stage, but it is amazing that we're there now, because that is absurd. I think Dre gets even more attacks later. There we go, and just one more to deal with. I wonder if we get you to move, if you can then move, yeah, you can still only move 2, which is, oh, You're moving away! That's not gonna work because I think Dra is faster than you. Oh yes, Dra is faster than you. There is no escape. At all. Are there more opponents in here? Oh, there are more opponents in here. Wow. Well, I suppose it's experience, if nothing else, and experience is always a good thing. There we go, we'll just deal with these exactly the same way as we dealt with the other ones, with all of our attacks currently focusing on the Warnick 3 here. Because even if Dra could potentially obliterate the foe, there is no guarantee it will actually happen. Careful. Ooh, one attack, one damage there to Syrah, and a good arrow there by Reyna. I think we can safely swap attacks here, because Dra is likely to... Yep, Dra is likely to finish off that Warnick 3. There are some Warnick 2s that I hadn't noticed. I'm gonna have to be careful of them. There we go, there's one over here. That's really bad. Why don't you use a Frost Splinter here to go and deal with that one? Because I think you'll attack before that one? Maybe. Ooh, that's a very quick attack there by those ones. Ah, yes, you did go before them. Curious that the Warnick 1s go before the Warnick 2s. I find that an interesting fact indeed. We'll just move you up here, and I think we'll swap attacks here to the Warnick 2. There we go. Very nice indeed. I don't think Tom has anything really to worry about, unless one of them gets really lucky. Yeah, I don't think Tom has anything really to worry about, but we'll just make sure that we can deal with these. That's one down. One of them is trying to run, and I think we're going to have to let it. 105 experience, though, and Tom is level 17. You'll note that Tom hasn't had a second attack gained yet, even though Dra now has multiple. Is there anything worth it in here? Well, there's one pile of rubbish that has very little indeed. In fact, I'm not going to pick up any of that and just take the gold, because it's really not worth carrying. That's 1 kilogram. Really not worth carrying 3 kilograms worth of loot here. Not at all. And so, when we come back, folks, we're going to go into that area, and there are a lot of animal 1s there. We managed to deal with one of them quite capably. I wonder if the spells that we have here are going to be good enough to deal with the other ones. That is 20 spell points, which is nearly half of what Malthus has. But hey, it's worth a go! And it'll be experience if nothing else. So I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.